if I may sum up the points that you've raised, I think, and that was part of my thinking and my sort of ideas when I was trying to reflect on the cultural mediation, that cultural mediation is a journey of learning journey of transformation. They transform as you go, and of course you have to bridge, you have to negotiate, you have to deal with a lot of things, but it is a learning that change you and of course your perspectives towards other stuff and other people. I think mediation process, to my mind, is a process of intercultural transformation and of course a learning resource. And it refers to socially constructed spaces. It refers to a new space, social space, that we deal with other people, we negotiate, we communicate. And I think that creates the so-called lived spaces. And I'm going to use here a nice sort of theory I found Lefebvre in 91 that referred to the socially produced or lived spaces. So when you do mediation, in fact, you create social relations and you create new kind of spheres of relations, and that creates specialities, that creates new spaces of communication, if I may say. And of course, another, just cover these points. Another issue that's important to mediation is that deals with diverse worlds. That means that we need to broadly define diversity. Diversity is not just culturally oriented. We don't deal just with other people from different cultural backgrounds, but we deal with a lot of differences, and these differences form our life experience, our personality. And of course, life was referred to the whole realm of everyday life experiences, and I use the term made by Kalandis and Kopp and of course other researchers to depict the set of habits, behaviors, values, interests which are implicitly present because they seem so obvious to insiders that they don't need saying. It's whatever we are made of. Our livelihood is our life experience, which is made by our passage to this life, to this culture, to this everyday experience. And of course, as I said, we need to have a broader definition of diversity, and that is going to illuminate the experience of mediation that we have as persons. I mean, cultural mediation or intercultural mediation refers to any interpersonal communication in our everyday lives. We all are, cultural mediators in one sense. So that's important to be realized. And of course, when we're referring to differences, we're referring to material differences, corporeal, and symbolic. So we have a whole array of differences, and we have to learn how to deal with this. And when Dermond and Bruno and the other people, the other colleagues mentioned that we have to train all citizens to become mediators, not just to create a high-skilled sort of task, high-skilled sort of professionals, and to have another layer of administration. We need to share. We need to be included, to feel included in that sort of process. And of course, these people, we citizens, I mean, we need to talk about a more inclusive sort of citizenship and citizenry, if I may say. And this citizenry, the way that we deal with our region. Ingrid mentioned that they've got the resources, but they don't have the momentum, they don't have the vision. So we need to renegotiate with our citizens what they need in terms of forming a socially cohesive society in order to feel that include, that are, that they belong, I should say. So the issue and the question of identity is very important. If people and citizens don't feel that they include in a particular sort of locality or in a particular sort of state, then they're going to be, aggressive. They're going to be, they're going to feel excluded. They're going to become, they're going to unfold all these different behaviors that we don't need to experience. So people need to learn how to engage and how to negotiate, of course, with their everyday life. And of course, we need to secure emotional competence, empathy, and intercultural sensitivity, that we train people, our citizens or our staff members, or you name it, or our teachers, to have these kind of attributes and qualities. Now, I think going to a small sort of hint about mediation process, to my mind, is a unique convergence where newly formed specialities and the participants' life world constructs of values, beliefs, and principles come together. It's a wholly new space of life, of living experience, of relations, and of course, too many other stuff. Now, the intercultural mediator, I should conclude with two main points about the intercultural mediator, their role and their sort of passage from this society. I think it's both the mediators, reflective practitioners who need to be trained in order to have certain competences like intercultural competence, namely skills, knowledge and attitudes and so forth. And of course, a second point that I need to raise is that these people are intercultural learners who know how to communicate and liaise and act as bridges for cross purposes. So it's all about trying to pinpoint certain attributes and qualities to these people, because these qualities and attributes refer to all citizens. So if we need to create a more inclusive society, we need to become more alerted on these issues. And I think I should stop here because I need to moderate myself as well. I just wanted to discuss these main issues, that mediation is a new land of, a new space of social activity. And of course that the intercultural mediators are both reflective practitioners who need to undertake some reflective action and to have the competencies, of course, and at the same time act as learners themselves. Okay, so with these sort of remarks, I would like to thank you, and of course to welcome some discussion now and some questions. Thank you.